What's going on, folks, and welcome to my absolute beginner's guide for Scum. So I'm literally going to show you step by step exactly on what to do when entering the game. Now this is subjective, completely subjective to how you want to do it. There is no right or wrong way because you can work on certain skills within the game as well. So this is how you create your character for your playstyle, and everybody's is completely different. So before anyone decides to put a comment in down below saying, hey, it should be done like this, like I said, it's completely subjective to how you want to play it. Now, if you are trying to create a certain build, yes, there will be a kind of way to lean over to that direction of if you want to create someone who can build, if you want to create someone who's going to be great at firing guns, or, you know, a specific trait. So, without confusing you guys too much, this is going to be the first episode during the week. I'm going to upload one each day for you guys, and this is going to be pre-recorded, so I would have done this last Monday when you're actually reading this. So, hopefully you guys enjoy. So, first things first, we're going to do this in single player just to show you the ropes and stages of how to play Scum, basically. So what we want to do is you want to create your name. So I'm just going to create my name to Ray. Now we've got the age, we've got the body type here. So you can see basically, if you're fat, you're going to run slow. If you're muscly, you're going to be able to do loads of things. If you're skinny, you're going to be able to, well, you're going to be able to run very fast and get away quick from scary situations, but you're not going to be able to carry much. And you're going to have some terrible recoil on that gun as well because you haven't got any muscle to control certain things. Now you have your skin color, which isn't really on, doesn't seem to work. So you have your gender, your head types. You can be female, you can be male, and you've got your different head types as well, as you can see. So I'm going to just stick with the number one. We're going to have tattoos, which I think you can only get in the supporters pack as well. Now what we're going to do is you've got concealed mode, which you can imagine what that does. And you also have your penis size. So turn that down and you'll watch your intelligence go up. And everything else under that isn't in the game yet currently. Now I'm going to set my character to about 30 years old because I want my intelligence to be up, because I want to create my character so he can build a base. That's going to be my main thing in the game. I want to be able to build. So we're going to start there, and eventually we will make our own very small base within this, hopefully within this little series that we're doing this week. And I'll probably be keeping them going as well. So what we want to do is you want to have a look at your strength. Strength is basically your muscle power, guys, what you can carry, recoil on weapons, the strength in, obviously, archery. Archery requires a lot of strength, and heavy weapons and stuff like that as well. So strength is good. Strength is good. Constitution, so basically this will affect your stamina. So obviously stuff like jumping, running, jogging, walking, maybe even crawling on the floor, like on your belt buckle, like leopard crawling, and stuff like that as well. And it, you know, there's also with the constitution as well is if you get hit by a gun or attacked by something, you know, you're basically going to have a little bit more resistance to certain things, and might even have a higher resistance to drugs as well. But that's not really in the game too much right now. You do have your aspirin or your, it's not paracetamol, painkillers. If you do get shot and you're limping, you can use that for now. But that's for another time. I don't want to confuse you guys too much with this. Dexterity is basically how fast you are at doing things. You know, as you get older, you, like for example, watch my dexterity there. As I get older, so I'm at 50 years old, it goes down to 1.8. At 30, it's at 2.8. And that basically will affect your driving, stuff like that. And there are other skills coming in eventually, like driving and climbing and sailing and stuff like that. So dexterity and your intelligence is basically your skill trade. What are you going to be good at? Demolitions, you can, and we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into that in just 2 secs. So I want my intelligence to be on around 5. So I want my constitution to come down. So I'm probably going to take that down to 3. And I'm going to put, let's bring dexterity down a little bit. I want 5 on my intelligence, and I would highly recommend, guys, that you put 5 on your intelligence, because that will make you the best at basically what you're doing, and you can level up even more, as you'll be able to see after. So if we're going to click next now, we're going to go to the next one. As I say, don't be overwhelmed by this. It's pretty simple. So this is your strength. What do you want to be good at? Do you want to be really good at hitting zombies and other players with a weapon? Do you want to hit them with something? You want to be really good at shooting, fist fighting, using a handgun or archery. What do you want to be really good at? So I'm going to go with melee weapons because you can craft a lot of things in the game to actually hit and kill things. I would highly recommend putting your melee weapons up high. And now I've got all of this to play with. So what do I want to do? Can I put my archery up? Should I put my rifles up? We're going to go with rifles. We'll stick with medium for that. Anything that's on 0, you're going to be gaining a ton of fame for in the game, which you will find that out. If I was to put my handgun on max, I would get very little fame for that when I use that handgun. So you can see on archery, handgun and boxing, I would get a lot of fame for using that. Let's have a look at our constitution skills. So running, let's see what we can do. So we can go advanced and running, but our endurance won't go up that much. So if I come back on the medium, I can put them both to medium. That's good. And don't forget, this affects your endurance for swimming, running, all that sort of stuff. And endurance, obviously, at the same time for your like resistance to maybe injuries or drugs and stuff like that. Right now, there is a bit of a flaw with this game. Basically, what I'm telling you isn't in the game. So if you're a new player, nothing here really tells you what it does exactly, which I think they should really implement. And it might be. So dexterity skills, this is all about how good you are at doing something, like how, you know, like say if I want my stealth to be up really high, if I'm good at throwing, demolitions, do I want to make IEDs, do I want to be good at driving, which changes a lot of things like stalling and stuff, and being able to change gears, or do I want to be good at lockpicking people's bases and stuff, which also comes with its own issues as well. So I'm going to go stealth. And because I haven't got an amazing amount in dexterity, as you can see at the top, I've only got 4.9. So I can actually go medium and then maybe bring my driving up to basic or something. We'll just stick with that. And our intelligence skill, this is basically what you're going to be really cool at. So you have awareness here. So if the higher your awareness skill, apparently what happens is the higher your awareness skill is, the better items that you're going to be able to find within the game. Which... not entirely sure about that, but that is something I do need to look into. But if I can get more information, I'll let you guys know in another episode. Sniping, camouflage, survival and engineering. So engineering's basically, I want that to be advanced. My survival, which is, so just to go back, engineering is basically base building, and anything that you basically can fix and build. And your survival is more like modular crafting. So crafting like weapons, different types of weapons, even creating maybe even some basic craft like guns and stuff. So it's a very difficult one to work out this. So I'm going to keep my survival on medium. I want my awareness up and I want my camouflage to be slightly up. But like I said, whatever you have on 0 or low, you're going to be gaining a lot of fame for when you do use that. So, I know it's a bit of a nightmare, guys, but just bear with me on this because you can create any character you want. So, let's go in. Let's join. And here we go. So, for this episode, I am literally just going to show you guys how to create a character, and I'm basically going to show you how to craft a bag and 2 different types of weapons within the game. And there's going to be 0 editing in this whatsoever while you guys are watching. So I'm not going to be stopping it.
Secure communication with human asset established.
Click
Greetings,
tab.
Human asset. Welcome to Scum Island tutorial protocol provided by the Tech One Corporation.
Click tab,
My
click track,
secure communication
click
with
tab, click untrack. That does get quite annoying, I'm not going to lie. So when that happens and that voice comes in, hit tab, go to journal, hit track, and then come out of it, click tab, journal, and then click untrack, and then she'll stop talking. Basically, she's only got a couple of things. This was implemented over a year ago, and there's nothing really in there except for 4 tutorials, which you can check out if you like. But I'm going to be showing you the tutorial version because I think it's a little bit better than what that system does. So here we are. We're currently on the map. This is it. We are in the game. Threats and things can kill us. And I'm going to show you basically what to do next. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create a bag. But before we do anything, I want you to click tab and go onto inventory. So as you can see, if you were to right click on any of these, you can see that you can do certain things, cut into rags, drop, and all that sort of stuff as well. This is your crafting menu. Again, don't be overwhelmed. It's very, very easy, guys. Believe me. We'll get onto that in just a couple of minutes. Your metabolism menu, which is all going to be changing, by the way, by 0.5, so the next massive patch for Scum. Journal, don't use that. Squad, unless you're creating a squad, we won't use that for now. And events, which we're not going to be using either. So, what we're going to do is we're going to create a bag. We're going to build a bag right now, and we are going to craft 2 weapons as well. So what you will find on the floor is rocks. If you look around, you will find rocks in certain places. Tap F over the rock, and you'll see, if you press tab, that there is now a rock in your inventory there. So I'm going to take one, and we're going to find another set of rocks, because what we need to do is craft a stone knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit tab, I'm going to go to crafting, and because I've got 2 rocks that allows me to make something, because I have the items to make something, they grey out. So when you see something that's greyed out, it means you can craft it. If it's got a massive line through it like this, then obviously we haven't got the items to currently make that. Now if you look down, you will see advanced here. So all these medium I can craft, obviously improvised claymores I can't, or laser detonators, etc. like that, because my survival skill isn't high enough. We don't forget, we put our engineering skill up, which basically means we can craft all of this. We can craft a lot of this big stuff here, you can see. Not too sure why the bottom one's greyed out. I think it's because we don't have the items to actually do that right now. But we are advanced engineering, and to craft a lot of the stuff up here, you do need survival skill. So survival skill, medium survival skill, basic survival skill, and no skill. So if you want advanced survival, that's when you can craft ammo, which some people do prefer. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on the stone knife, and on the left hand side you can see it says I need ×2 stones. So we click craft. And trust me, it will come to a point where you guys probably won't even be using this in the future, because you'll know what to do. So now that we've got our stone knife, pardon me, and this won't last, so you will have to make another one at some point. We're going to cut the bush down by hitting F. Now remember, to craft anything technically, you do need a knife of some sort or a tool. So if you can't craft anything, it will tell you what you do need. So you can see that we've got 2 small sticks here, so we need more than 2 sticks. So let's cut this bush down as well. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5. Well, we've got 4 sticks there, and we've got 1 long wooden stick. So what we actually want to do, I'm going to show you what I want to craft here. I want to craft this, an improvised backpack, because we're going to need to put stuff in. Trust me, it's going to help you. So we want to make some rope. Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we need? 5 small sticks. So we have a long wooden stick here. You just cut that up into small sticks with the stone knife we just made. And then with the 5 wooden sticks, what we're going to do is we are literally, as you can see, that's now greyed out. And you can see a few other things that are greyed out as well, but we're not going to use them yet. So we're going to make some tree bark rope. Now you can find rope on the island, or wire. You can use different things. So now that we've crafted our rope that's on the floor, I now want to craft, let's have a quick look. So for the bag, we need 3 rags as well. Now as you can see on my stone knife, on the bottom right, it does say 60%. So you can see there's 60% there. Now what I want to do is we want to cut up some rags. So let's cut up some of our clothes. So I'm going to start with my underpants first, and we're going to craft some rags out of the underpants. And we're also going to cut into rags. We're going to use the warmer here, our willy warmer rather. That was quite amusing when they implemented that. So you can use everything here. So now we've got 3 rags, 1 rope, and a stone knife, because don't forget it does have the stone knife up there. We can now craft our backpack. Now this does take a little time to craft, like everything in the game will take time. As you are human, you're surviving. If you want to craft something, it will take time off of your hands as well. Some people find this quite overwhelming, but there's not a lot to this, guys. It is very simple, and some of the basic stuff that I'm showing you now, I am literally doing it all off the top of my head, but at the same time, it does tell you over there on the left-hand side at the top, which you can see. So we now have a bag. So you want to right-click it and equip, and there you go. We've now crafted a bag and given ourselves a lot more room to play with. So our stone knife is now on 30%. What I want to do is we're gonna go find another bush to cut down. Now, if you scroll your mouse wheel, that will enable you to jog. If you move your mouse wheel forward a bit more, you'll run again. Now, if you run, if you look at the stats in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there, if you run, you'll see that the second one down is your stamina. That will go down. Top one is your health if you lose blood. Second one is your stamina. Third one is food, and fourth one is drink. Now, the audio one, you can hear the audio one. That's how much noise I'm making. So if there's any puppets around, any zombies or anything like that, this is how much noise I'm making. Now if I run, that's how much noise I'm now making, which you can see it there. So if I was to go hide in a bush, for example, let's go hide in a bush. This is our stealth. So you can see that we're being super quiet. Right there. And if you do hide in a bush, you will notice that your stealth skill will be going up. If you check these areas here, this is your skills, so you can keep an eye on what you're actually doing. I think it's stealth. Yeah, so as you can see, my stealth skill is going to be going up if I'm crawling, or if I'm crouching, or if I'm walking. And to crouch, by the way, is X. So if I want to crouch like that, or C is crouch rather, X is hold X to lay down, and then C to stand back up again. So you can just experiment with that. If you want to go down incrementally, like this, that's left control and scroll your mouse wheel. Just like that. But you can see as you're walking, your stealth isn't going up, but if you're crouched, your stealth goes up. See? So there will be times where a lot of your skills will be going up. It's really clever how it actually works. So, right. I'll tell you what we're going to do, because we're going to need to. I'm going to make another stone knife here. So I've just looked for, because this is going to run out in a minute. I've got 30% left. Let's cut this bush. And we're going to make a spear. We're actually going to start off with a spear. Now you can poke with the spear, or you can actually throw it. So we've got one long wooden stick there. So I'm going to right click it. Craft in improvised wooden spear, or you can go to the crafting menu, scroll to the top, and you'll see improvised wooden spear there. Or if you want to make some arrows out of the small sticks, you can. So we're going to make an improvised wooden spear. And there we go. There's the improvised wooden spear. We now have a weapon and a bag. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to show you guys how to make a bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly craft myself another stone knife. Now if you go into town, into villages and stuff, you will find knives, by the way. But while you're out in the wilderness, you're going to need to do this, because this is going to help protect you when you go into those towns from other players and potentially the puppets and stuff as well. So there's a little bit of crafting to do. But this is basically how you make your bow. So what we want to do is we want to take the long stick. So we have a long stick on us now. And I'm going to go down here to this big bush. There's a big bush down here. So let's cut this up. And over time your hair will grow and your beard will grow as well. So you will need to cut that. So the longer we stay in the game, the quicker our hair will grow. So we've got a long wooden stick. We've got two long wooden sticks. This is really helpful actually. So this is the bow we want to make. So if you click on, I want to try the 35 pounder because I'm quite strong. So I want a 35 pound bow. And you can find obviously all different kind of bows, better bows on the island. So we need some rope and one long wooden stick. So we need a rope. Now how did we make rope before? 5 small sticks. So I'm going to need to cut one of these sticks up. And that should give us 5. I think you get 2. I think you get 2 small sticks. So we've got 3 already. Okay, so it gives us, yeah, 2 small sticks. So we're going to craft our rope, which is down here. Craft it. And this is almost going to be like real-time gameplay, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to cut anything. It is going to be what it is. Right, so what you want to do is you want to now go to your crafting menu. Click on the 35-pound bow and craft. And you'll see that we now have the bow. And there we go. So we still have 70% left on our stone knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this small stick up here. And now what we're going to do is using the small sticks. So obviously if I was to cut up a load of bushes and get more sticks, I can make more arrows. So we're going to make some arrows. So you go crafting menu and you can see that the wooden arrow is here. And this is just the way I do things, by the way, guys. If you want to craft like a stone axe, which is brilliant, it's like a stone knife, but it lasts a lot longer. So you don't have to keep making stone knives. So I would recommend doing that, but I'm showing you the very basics. But if I was to say, if you're going to make something first, go straight for that. But you're going to need a stone knife to obviously craft stuff to get the stone axe. So click on the wooden arrow. And we're going to craft it twice. Because we've only got 2 there. Double click. And now you can see why we made the bag. We can actually fit a lot of arrows. We can actually fit 12, 24, 36. We can fit 36 arrows in there. All together if we wanted to. So now what we've done is we've crafted a bag. We've got a spear, which is lethal, by the way. And we now have the bow as well. Now if you press enter on the numeric keypad, that changes your view. Now if you hold left click and release, there you go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for the second episode. Stay safe and have a lovely day. Peace out.